welcome back. This is my design on my nails to get me through lockdown. So we're going into that now. So this is my own fall autumn design that I have done on myself. These are the colours I'm using. So this Simple Clarity, Maple, Wine O'Clock, which has a nice shimmer to it, and we are using Almost Nude. So in my previous video I have prepped for this already. That prep video is up. This is my CJP, my new go-to brush, my Liz Guild size 10 brush. I love this brush, but I do also love my CJP big boy. So I'm pouring myself a little bit of monomer, and I am using my Incandescent Shine Acid Bonder. I edited this part into my prep video. So I'm doing that on the natural nail on all 5 of my nails. Sorry if you can hear my TV, I've got YouTube on in the background watching nails. It's the only way to be when you're in bed at 20 past 11 at night and you can't sleep because your daughter's in bed with you and she's literally asleep on your head. So I'm coming in with Simple Clarity and placing a clear layer. So I'm just popping it on before the cuticle, and then I'm pushing it up to the cuticle area and then pulling back down. So placing it on, pushing it up, getting it neat into that cuticle area and then pulling it down the nail. So for anyone who hasn't seen my prep video, we placed this clear layer, 1 to stop any staining from any colours on the natural nail, and 2 so that when it comes to doing a redesign we can file this back quite thin without actually hitting the nail plate. It's just something to file back to every time we've got a new design to do. So my pinky was just an infill because I left it on the way it was from the previous set. So I've zoomed in a little bit here and I am going to go straight onto the ring finger with Almost Nude, and I'm placing the bead, pushing that cuticle bead back, the cuticle part back flush, getting that, so that I can pop another bead on top of that, and I'm pulling the front of the bead down to do a smile line. Now, me and these, as I've said in previous videos, we are not best friends. We are still learning to get along with each other and, work together to create a beautiful nail. Yes, it's still work in progress. But I'm pretty chuffed with how it comes out, guys. I really am. I love this set, to be fair. It's so pretty. So I'm taking another bead, and this time it will be my cuticle bead. So I'm placing it, pushing it back into that cuticle, and then pulling it down the nail. I'm just going to use the belly of my brush to join that down with the end of the previous bead. Neatening up my cuticle area a little bit. I do find filming on myself quite hard. When I work on myself, I work quite close to my face, but I can't do that if I want to film it. So I do apologise for going out of shot a few times. So I'm going to leave that to set and come back to that later. This is Maple. It's a really nice autumn, maybe even wintry, pre-mixed glitter from Incandescent Shine. All products used today are Incandescent Shine, bar the tips. They are from eBay. But again, all information on those are in my previous prep and tip application video. So I like to work on my cuticle, getting that nice and neat, and then pulling it down. Pulling down that nail. Some people say up, I say down. I'm pulling my hand down. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired. Tired, but just can't get to sleep. So just look how beautiful that is, and it reflects like a reddy orange that sort of almost matches the wine o'clock colour, green as well in there, and it's like a two-tone purple, dark to light purple. It's really nice. So we're done with that finger. We are coming to the index finger, and we are going to do a glitter fade. So we are going to go in with a bead of almost nude. Getting your cuticle area perfected before you work on the rest of that bead. So I've done that, and then I've just poured the rest of the bead down into a fade, and we're going to stop there. Don't need to go any further with that bead. We don't need to add any more. We certainly don't need to add any more to the apex area because these nails are so short. They don't really need to be thick and horrible. And then coming in with maple right on that tip, and then we're just going to pull that bead, turn our brush the other way, pull that bead, just the very edge of that bead upwards to sort of ombre it out, and just perfect those side walls a little bit. Just gonna get a drink while you guys watch that. So I'm just getting a bit more coverage on the tip of that nail, and then I'm lying back down in bed. Moving on to the middle finger, this is a full nail of wine o'clock. Placing that bead on, pushing the back of that bead back so it's flush, and then working that bead down with the middle of my brush, the belly of the brush, cleaning my brush off there, wetting my brush again, coming in with another bead, placing that on the tip, working that around the tip to get some coverage, cleaning up my mess I made there, and just thinning it down a little bit because my bead was a little bit big, so I've got a bit of excess acrylic there. Neatening those sides up, neatening that free edge up, cleaning my brush, re-wetting my brush, and then coming in with my cuticle bead, placing it on, pushing it back, getting it nice and tucked in into that cuticle area, and then pulling the front of it down to meet the rest. Such a beautiful colour. Beautiful colour. I am in love with it. cleaning off my brush again because we are going to come in with a lighter colour, so I need to make sure that all that wine o'clock is out or it will contaminate the almost nude. So popping that bead on, pushing it back into the cuticle, getting it nice and neat, and then pulling down the side walls. Again, this is going to be just the same as the index finger, and we're going to do a glitter fade. Almost nude doesn't need to be capped, it is a core powder. So if you need an apex, get it in with that. Just a little bit here. So just pick up a small bead, wait a minute, slip it on, not a minute, wait a few seconds, pop it on where I want it, wait a few seconds again, and then toy with it, so it's not toy with it, but maneuver it to where I want it and smooth it out. I think I'm still messing with it there. So, wrapped off my brush, more monomer, dipped into maple, placed on the tip, swing my brush around and just pull that tip of the bead up the nail to feather it out. Making sure my sidewalls are quite nice and neat, tapping it in using the belly of my brush or the side of my brush. Coming in with a little bit more right on the tip, just because I want more of a full coverage in the tip area. And then feather it back a little bit, because I've already feathered it back once. I don't want to put too much product up there. Get rid of any excess, neaten the sides up and the free edge. So I haven't kept this in real time, I have sped it up slightly so that the video is short but you guys can still see what I'm doing. So coming back to that ring finger, we are going to take a 100 grit file and start perfecting that shape. A little bit out of shot there, but it's not easy on camera to file this. I could have slowed this down, I think, so you could see it a bit better, but just turn my hand around, checking the angle of it, making sure I'm happy with its positioning, seeing if there's anything I need to take off. I'm just going to be a little bit more quieter, guys, because I do have my daughter in bed with me and I don't want to wake her and she's stirring at the moment. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. What do you guys think? Good? Yay? Nay? Don't think it's bad. So I'll take a bead of wine o'clock, and I don't like it. Get rid of it, guys. Don't try and use it, just get rid. It was way too dry. So I wipe it off, clean my brush. Just clean the nail up a bit because I saw a bit of dust. Clean my brush off again, and then come in with another bead. Just let that pulverize on the brush for a second, and then pop that on the nail and pull it up the sides. I'm not worried about it going on to the nude colour because we're going to come in with our file and file that smile line back in later on. My bead was a little bit big, so I do end up with a massive overflow of acrylic underneath the nail. It does look slightly bulky now. As I said, don't mind, because we're going to come in with an e-file and just get that down. So Just didn't want to come out with my brush, so good old cuticle pusher, the other end, and scrape that out. So I think we're done with that nail now. Covering our pots up so we don't spill them or get dust in them or anything like that. And we're going to come in with our maple leaf. Little maple leaves to encapsulate. These are beautiful. The gold, orange and red in these. So I'm just popping a gold one on into a thin wash of clear acrylic, and then pulling it off obviously, and then I like to just go over it with a bit more clear just to sort of set it in place before I fully cap the nail. So coming in with an orange one and doing exactly the same. Wet bead of acrylic, very thinly, place it on, get it where I want it, and set it with another little blob of blob of clear acrylic. Ummed and ahed about this nail, and then I decided I was going to take out the red maple leaves. I'm still thinking, do I like it, do I not like it? No, I don't like it. Let's get out the red ones. Didn't like it there, didn't like it there. Smacked it right in the middle. And that's where she laid. And stayed and slayed. So I'm going to come in and do my capping now. Just wet that nail a little bit with some monomer. And then I'm going to place my bead, push it back to that cuticle, and remember with glitter, guys, if it ain't matte, it ain't capped. Again, don't really need to be thick because they're so short. So I'm just going to let you watch my capping, guys, and I'll be back. Oh, just a quick one on these two nails. I don't need to take that bead all the way to the cuticle because it's just a core powder at the back there. I just need to do enough to cover the glitter, just to encapsulate the glitter so that I don't foul any of that off. So do you guys prefer a voiceover, or do you prefer just to watch with maybe music on in the background, no talking through the process? Now that nail does look a little bit thick, and I do mess up that nail, and I end up, because I realise it's too thick, I do end up kind of filing off the leaves a little bit. But never mind. It's only on me, so. So that's the capping done. Just cover everything up there because I'm going to go off camera and do... No, I'm not. I'm going to put in my 4 times course drill bit and debulk this ring finger and reveal that smile line. This is so satisfying to do. Any smile lines, extended nail beds, colour blocking. It's always really fun to do the reveal and see the nice crisp lines, and yeah, just to see it all reveal. So I've not got this on full speed, and I'm also not applying any pressure at all because I don't want to remove too much. So I'm just taking my time a little bit with this. And surprisingly, I didn't cap this nail and it didn't remove any of the colour from the wine o'clock. I was really impressed with that. But I do come in and just cap the tip a bit because it was a bit on the thin side. So I just capped it in a bit of clear after this bit. So I'm just coming in with my 180 sanding band, just because it's, when you use a really coarse bit, it can leave it very textured and lumps and bumps and things, and this will just smooth that out for me. I've got a nice base to work with to do the next part. This is where I just add a little bit of simple clarity to the end of the nail and just feather that back. It's not as thin now. So I go off camera and there we go, there I've filed them off. Go off camera and do my filing, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a top coat reveal. So I have put this down to normal time just to show you guys, real time, whatever you call it. This top coat, guys, honestly, it's the best I've ever used. It's so shiny, so shiny. Look at that. Oh, excuse me. Look at that. It's so pretty. So let's get the rest of the nails done. Push up to that cuticle and pull down. A little bit of sort of something there. My poor maple leaves. Only my gold one remains intact. Oh, I can't stop yawning now. It's 20 to midnight. I have to be up in 7 hours. So clear. I think I just come in and scrub this one again because I can see it from here that there's a bit of dust on the side. Yeah, scrub that again. And then come in with the top coat. And last but not least, the itty bitty finger, the pinky. So this is before curing. That's going to go in the lamp now for a 60-second cure. And this is the final look. Just look how shiny that top gloss is. So yeah, final look, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think these colours go together? I do. Definitely do. It's one of my favourite autumn sets. I'm not being biased because it's on me. Not at all. No, it is. It's a stunning little set, shorty set. It really is. So that's it for this one, guys. Hit the notification bell, thumbs up, please, please, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.